Hey there, friend. Welcome back. I'm Ben, a big thinker and deep feeler who is simply trying to live life to the fullest. I want to live in joy. I want to find meaning. I want to feel connected to myself, others, and the bigger picture. Here I am getting my week started Monday morning and trying to plan my week because I have a 9-to-5 job, but I do have creative pursuits. It's really important for me to actually sit down and block out when things are going to happen, and even before that, what needs to happen. So you'll see here that writing a bunch of stuff down, it's helpful for me to use that to just get stuff out of my head, but then also the app Todoist, and of course, Google Calendar. Hey there, friend. Happy Monday. We're here, starting a new week, and making some oats, and figured I'd chat for a few minutes while I'm doing so. Kind of a weird angle here to get things in the picture, as well as actually be able to kind of see my face. So we'll see. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to hear this because normally I'm close to the camera. But basically, well, this drawer fucked me up last night. I went to stick my fingers in there, my hands in here, to grab the scissors, and I found a potato peeler. And there's a chunk cut out of my finger, and the bleeding started soon after that, and it was a mess. But also, this was at 9 o'clock last night, so just about the time that I was trying to wind down, hang out, relax before getting into the week. Yeah, that's what happened. These are some very whole frozen strawberries. I don't want to touch it, but you probably can't tell, but that's huge. They're huge. They're abnormally large. Well, that's interesting. Don't hate it necessarily, but probably gonna have to cut those apart. So, got the oatmeal and the strawberries. Now we need a little bit of PB2. Funny, I've known that PB2 has existed for a long time because when I was in fitness, this was what people would eat instead of peanut butter because there's less fat in it. I always just kind of disregarded it though because I was well, if I'm gonna have peanut butter, I'm gonna eat peanut butter. But what I've come to find out is that there is actually, can you see this? This is gonna be backwards, eh? There, in 2 tablespoons, 2 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs, which 3 of that is fiber. That's really, really good. And then 3 sugars and 8 grams of protein. So between the fiber content and the protein and the relatively low fat and sugars, this is actually really healthy. So I've really been enjoying that in this peanut butter and jelly oat mixture that I've been doing. It's really, because I use like at least 3 servings. Well, 2 to 3 servings, I guess, is what I use. So I'm essentially using it as a protein powder. And if you do the math there, I'm getting anywhere from 6 to 9 grams of fiber and then 16 to 24 grams of protein. That's pretty damn good. And it tastes really good. The only thing that you need is salt. Salt is what makes peanut butter taste good, which PB2 doesn't have. Now, if you have a good quality salt, salt is not bad for you. I think many people probably know this by now, but I think there's still a lot of people that don't. Salt is not inherently bad for you. The regular salt that is commercially used these days and mass produced has been stripped of all nutrients essentially, whereas real salt has quite a bit of nutrients in it. Lots of minerals, so good salt. All right, let's see what we got with these giant straws in here. See, the problem is now that these giant strawberries are still quite frozen. We're gonna need more water in here. So I'm not really quite sure how this is gonna work. The way that I've been doing it recently has been working really well because the strawberries have been like 1/3 of the size or less. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this cooks, but I'm essentially gonna have to like cut these up a little bit and yeah, cramping my style a little bit, but large bags of organic frozen strawberries from Costco are a much more cost-effective way to have them as opposed to buying from a grocery store where, a small bag can literally be the same price as like the giant bag that I just took out from Costco. So, but as I'm finishing this up here, yeah, I'm not really, kind of annoyed. It is 9:45. I've been working for a little bit so far. Really just wanted to get things started on the right foot today, get off on the right foot. Hey! Yeah, just really, I just didn't end last week well again. It's like the universe is testing me on Fridays to be like, are you gonna lose your shit and go into the weekend feeling all scattered and annoyed? The answer would be yes. Yes, I was. No, I let it go quickly, but I was feeling rather annoyed at the end of the day on Friday, and that's to put it lightly. I got like super frustrated about something that was going on that I was trying to get done before the end of the day. So my goal coming into the week is to be grounded, to be clear and focused, and therefore to feel good about what's going on at work, because yeah, it's to the point now where this is my life. I'm transitioned out of the way that things used to be running my own business. The way that schedule used to be set up, all those things, that is different now. We are here, it's been a few months. I really want to get dialed in and to stop letting certain things kind of knock me off of center or make me not feel good. Like, this is where we're at, there's no reason to be doing that. So that's where I'm starting my day. I'm feeling really good about things. That could change in an instant, of course, with a single message or an occurrence, but the idea is to just really take that momentum and move it into the day. I want to have a productive day, obviously, but I want to really set myself up for the week. And if you hung out last week, you'll notice that this is like really important for me on Mondays. I feel like if I don't do Monday right and really get myself set up for success, then the rest of the week is just, I'm asking for trouble, basically. And with that, I have to remind myself that taking the time to organize things, taking the time to actually like not jump right into the nuts and bolts of the work, but to actually plan this stuff out and organize it is far and away worth the time spent doing it. I know it's like so easy to be like, I gotta jump into this, I gotta start this, but actually taking the time to structure this stuff and zoom out for a second and have that high level clarity is immensely helpful. This is something that applies to life in general, and I'm trying to apply it to my personal life as well, because I'm not getting the things done that I want or need to on a personal admin level either. Not to like a really bad extent, but just not the way that I want to be moving through things. Now, again, now that this is my reality. So, all right, feeling talkative apparently on a Monday morning, but want to jump in here, and I'm feeling the need to shake things up, change up my style a little bit, and or the way that I'm filming or sharing things. I've been a little bored with how I've been sharing recently, and if I'm feeling a little bored, there's a good chance you're feeling a little bored, and it's not good for either of us. So, yeah. I may try some things here. You might like some things, you might dislike some things. I would love to know, so please comment below, either on the things that I'm doing in this video, or just in general on things that you like or dislike about vlogs in general. I'm going to be doing some other content which you will hopefully be seeing soon, so that'll be fun. But for vlogs specifically, I want to get in a better groove of what I want to be doing and what feels really good and fun. So your input is so very welcome. Good morning. Happy Thursday. This is actually not something that I normally do, but now that I'm getting a little bit more into my workflow after having been there for a few months, I have the space to really start to optimize my day-to-day routine, because I'm not spending my energy just trying to figure out how to get through the day. With that, I did all of this food prep in the morning and actually really enjoyed it. Just kind of like a calm start to my day, but at the same time, very productive. The combination of those two things I really like. So this is something that I will likely be trying to continue to play around with and see how it turns out going forward. All right, food is in the oven. We got the Instant Pot going over there. So with that, I'm gonna do a very quick, easy cleanup here and go get myself cleaned up. Well, hello. Happy Friday. Been a minute since I filmed. I don't think I did anything yesterday. But I liked what I did the other day, as you'll probably see somewhere in here, because I already edited that part and it felt way more fun to me. I feel like my personality came out a little bit more, and yeah, so I'm going to try to do a little bit more of that going forward, which is essentially filming myself while I'm doing something else so that I can just kind of like talk and hang out while I'm doing that. I feel like just filming myself is okay. Just sitting here talking is okay, but I liked that the other day. Now, it's the first time, so it could just be a novel thing, but we'll find out. I'm eating some plantain chips. Like I said, it's Friday afternoon. I don't know that I said that part, but it is 4:30, meaning that I'm in my last hour of work here. And I specifically came on because I'm feeling pretty good about where I'm at. You'll know if you've been hanging out that the past 2 Fridays I have just not ended on a good note. Just been frustrated, but yeah, this is not a good snack to talk through. Loud, crunchy. Much better place today. I have a lot of work to do in the next week, but what I'm really trying to come back to is I'm doing well. People are happy with the work that I'm doing, and I'm learning. Just the stuff that I worked on in the past hour before coming on here is a testament to how far I've come in the 3 months of being on the job here, because actually we're right at the 3-month mark. It's May 13th, and I was hired on Valentine's Day, February 14th. So, but yeah, so with that, that was unnecessary. Whoops. I've made big strides in that. That blew my nose in some toilet paper. Still a little piece there. Great. That's always annoying to see. Yeah, the things that I'm doing are better and faster, and there's plenty of things that I'm, don't interrupt me, call, that I'm, not great at and have a lot more to learn, but I'm focusing on acknowledging what I have learned instead of what I haven't and where I'm not. Especially for big thinkers and deep feelers, we can really get into trouble because we have high expectations of ourselves. And when we have those high standards, the bar is always going to be higher, right? Like if we don't ever kind of celebrate where we're at or where we've come from, it's just this perpetual cycle of chasing and or not feeling good enough, being frustrated, etc. Plenty of the things that I've shared on here. So yeah, just being intentional to make a note and be like, wow, what I just did here took me like a full day. What I did in an hour took me like a full day in the first month on the job. And while this still may be relatively basic for other people in my field, for me, that's a growth step. So, feeling good about that. What I'm not feeling so good about is that I've managed to not do a major personal admin task that I had marked as imperative, uber important to get done this week. And it's 4:30 on a Friday. Actually, shit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get on the phone basically now because it's a 9 to 5 thing. So I got half an hour to call. So I'm gonna eat a few more of these. I am going to go do that, make the last minute changes to what I've been working on here, and call it a day. Stuff really blows. And what I'm talking about when I'm referring to this stuff is consumer debt. We essentially have a bunch from a few years ago. Somebody else recently helped me kind of reframe that because I mentioned that, but a lot of that is from when I had some health issues a few years ago and was like, that's like healthcare debt. It's different things. It's not like I just went and blew this on a shopping spree or something. But we have a ton of consumer debt. And it's just ridiculous because, you're paying interest on credit cards, right? Like, you're just screwed because you're not paying anything towards the principal. But when I'm looking into these consolidations, these personal loans, what we can afford a month to put towards these things, like, I need a handful of years to pay this off. And because of that, the APR is like almost the same fucking thing as the credit cards. It's no better. And then they want like origination fees on top of that. I'm like, motherfucker, you're making money on me with these like high interest rates, and now you want an origination fee? Like, what the actual fuck? I just feel so screwed, and just so frustrating. It's like, no matter what your household income is, if your expenses are high and it's from debt and you're paying down interest and not the principal, like, you just never get ahead. So feeling I'm in like a fine mood still. I'm not going back on that, but this is just so fucking annoying to me. It's just, if you've experienced this, debt is just like the most toxic energy. It just drags you down. It's like you're trying to tread water and keep your head above water, and you just can't. Or you can, but you can never actually swim freely. You're stuck in the fucking same spot. So anyways, if you have any thoughts, tips, feedback, I would love to know. Also, if you want to know a little bit more about our story specifically, you can visit Jessie's channel, my wife, because I don't talk about that on mine, not for any reason other than I don't want to, but she's got a lot of detailed stuff on hers, and just shares a little bit more about our debt journey. So well, just hit the accept button. Now I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Come on, buddy.